So in the previous video, I showed you how we can actually implement the factory method in Scala using Scala. So factory method is like design pattern, right? And it's abstract thing, but we can actually implement it using different languages, different approaches, and stuff like that. So this is like first approach that I shown you. It hugely depends on classes. Basically it has these classes composition. We have injected into this class another object, and yeah, this is the yeah, so a lot of classes, a lot of traits. We have one class Windows button, the same, almost the same Linux button, HTML button, trait dialog, a lot of text. It's still the code is sexy, really. I like the code. It's not Java, it's Scala, so it's really concise, almost like Python, but with static typing and type inference. Super cool and stuff like that. But we can, I believe, we can do even better. So I asked ChatGPT to rewrite this classes based implementation of factory method, but using functions. I cannot say that this is like pure functional approach, because I believe I'm not the correct or right person to tell you how functional programming uh, basically is implemented and used by in production. But I actually know how to code in for example in JavaScript with React components, and I see that the code is almost the same as I did here in Scala. So really sexy code, and the code is less. Like you can see that here we have 67 lines of code in classes based approach. Maybe we can do even lesser in classes, but I don't know how. So yeah, and just I so ChatGPT rewrote this whole bunch of stuff, 67 lines of code. It wrote in almost like oh 46 lines of code, so really concise. So here we have main method, and we have case class config, we have render button, create button. So you can see that this is like functions. The def create button is function that accepts this platform parameter and pattern match this parameter into Windows. If Windows, then return Windows button. But note that we actually return a value like object object of instance of case class button with these implemented already functions, render, on click, and stuff like that. For Linux we have this, and for web we have this. We have case class button, which is like a class in Java, for example. But yeah, it has, we can actually do it in Java on records now, but in Scala it looks like case class, and we have properties in our class which is render function of type function, that is like with side effect on click that accepts another function, and basically this is an argument of another function as an input, and returns unit, also side effect. And we have this beautiful thing, we have sealed trait platform, which is like union type or determined union. So this is like one of, you can treat it like we have platform, which is like abstract thing, sealed trait, nothing else, and we have options. We have platform, we can do Windows extends platform, Linux extends platform, and web extends platform. So these are like options you can pick from. So platform can actually consume one of, so it cannot be all of them or two of them or not none of them. Actually we can assign null to that, but yeah, the main idea is that this platform is like interface or sealed trade that can hold one instance of Windows or Linux or web, and then we of course we can add another platforms like Android and stuff like that, just adding like these uh, lines of code. So it's really extensive. And when we add some other options like Android, we just go here and implement it. Like we do need to say we need to case Android and then create button for Android, and here we will say render in Android and stuff like that. You got the idea. It's really extensive and less code. I don't even see here any boilerplate. Everything is so to the point, concise, and stuff like that. So this is like more functional approach to implement the factory method design pattern using such beautiful language as Scala. We can even do it in Haskell, I think, but I'm not into Haskell. Maybe in Haskell it would be even less lines of code. It's interesting. I would actually prefer to write such a beautiful code in production, and I think that in 10 or 20 or 50 days the Java community will came eventually to Scala, or Java will grow, well, will actually I don't know, maintainers of Java will add more and more features related to Scala, related to functional programming. I think it's the future of programming, but Haskell is also the future of programming, I think. Yeah, so here we don't actually see the Haskell code, but I'm about to explore Haskell as well, just to explore more concepts in software development, not only object oriented stuff, shitty stuff like that. But object oriented is also good for modularity, so we can combine these things like in Scala to produce some really cool code, which is super readable, extensible, and stuff like that. So combining things from both worlds. But now I really like the second approach, using functions. Everything is clear for me. Yeah, so that's cool. I would love to be a Scala developer, not Java developer, but yeah, I need to make a lot of effort, I think, to become one, to so that they will give me money, a lot of money, 10 hundreds and 1,000 and $1 million to buy beaches. So you know what I mean. Okay, bye.